I know, denial is the hardest part. Just ask any alcoholic or drug addict. Ask any gambler. But once you get past the denial and admit your addiction, that's half the battle. But remember, as with any other addiction, there is no cure. But Liberals Anonymous can help you in your recovery and begin to lead a normal, productive, capitalistic life. But unlike other 12-step programs, this program is unique. In most 12-step programs, the first step is to acknowledge a higher power. At Liberals Anonymous, the first step is to acknowledge of all the higher powers, Allah is the only one non-compliant to democratic ideals. Seriously, Satanism is more compatible than Allah. And to call Allah a higher power is an insult to all the other higher powers. The second step is restraining yourself from flagging this video because of what I just said. To not interpret what I just said as hate speech, but recognize it for what it is, free speech. And even if you don't agree, you still have to recognize my democratic right to say it. I know you're sitting there trembling, like going the morning without coffee. I never said recovery from liberalism would be easy. Nothing is easy. Nothing is ever handed to you. Democracy is not easy. Lots of people can't handle it. That's why, if you fail in this recovery, you might want to consider taking up residence in Venezuela, or China, or Russia, maybe even the Middle East. Which brings us to the third step in your recovery. Acknowledge that a person must go through the proper steps to immigrate, and that people coming into a democratic country illegally must be detained and deported immediately. Stop this chant of "we are all immigrants." We are not all immigrants. Humans are an invasive species. Really, we started out in Africa. That's where the oldest human fossil was found. From there, we spanned out, warring with each other, conquering each other, enslaving each other. Which brings us to the fourth step in your recovery from liberalism. Stop blaming white people for all that is wrong with the world. Stop hanging slavery over everybody's head. Stop bitching about how oppressed you are as you pump out one video after the other and upload them to the internet. Step 5. Acknowledge that safe spaces are stupid. All safe spaces do is validate a person's own insecurities and renders that person incapable of functioning in society.
Oh, no. Oh, we should film it. Yeah. Oh, no.
Step 6. Acknowledge that white privilege is a myth. Don't harp back to 50 years ago. White privilege in the 21st century is a myth.
Not trying to be an asshole or nothing, but, there's this young white dude, he's sitting there with a sign, trying to get money. He's like, I don't know if he's homeless or on drugs or whatever, but I'm sorry, man, you a young white dude. The system is made for you all to succeed. You know what I mean? If you begging for money and you white and a male, you fucking up. For real, yo, son, look at him. I wonder what it says on there. Hey, I'm white and I should have used the system better. I really fucked up. God damn. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, I just want to go up to him and go, nigga, what are you doing? Come on, man. All you have to do is take a shower and you're in. All right? Come on, man. Come on. Use the system, motherfucker. Quit bitching. That's super lazy. When you don't even use your white privilege.
And if you were an educated black man, you would realize white privilege is a myth, because the evidence is right there in front of you. If you were an educated black man. And what I just did was fucking talent. Didn't have to use the word to call you what you really are. But not being an educated black man, it just flew right over your head. Step 7. Acknowledge there are only two genders, and what we are dealing with are confused, mentally challenged people. And you, as a liberal, are not helping them by placating to their delusions. Step 8. Acknowledge that the wage gap has been resolved long ago, and that if a woman is being paid less than a man, business owners would hire only women. Step 9. Acknowledge the patriarchy is bullshit. Otherwise, we would not have women in politics, as well occupying high positions of power in other institutions and businesses. Systemic sexism is bullshit. Step 10. Acknowledge what I just said about systemic sexism also applies to systemic racism, and that racism is not exclusive to just white people. And speaking of racism, Step 11. Acknowledge that Black Lives Matter is a racist organization who are only interested in stealing and killing at will with no interference from the police, which is why they want to disband the police. They are anarchists, and the entire organization needs to be disbanded. Step 12. Knock it off with the virtue signaling. It is a waste of time because there is nothing virtuous about being liberal. Only through this 12-step program can you begin your recovery from the depravities of liberalism and begin a healthy, productive life. Take the first step today. This has been a public service announcement. We here at Santora's World are committed to bringing you out of liberal purgatory and making the world a better place for all of us. Thank you.